Hi guys, so today I'm going to go over one of the problems in your 5.03 worksheet, specifically the first one, but please make sure you're utilizing all the resources. In the help videos under the 5.03 section, you will see steps, general steps to follow, and in the help video as well as in the 5.03 assignment, you'll see helpful hints in starting each problem. So make sure you refer to those. So I'm going to kind of guide you through the first problem and just give you kind of a way to see how to solve. So remember, you're not actually using the right side of the equal sign. You're just kind of using that as a guide. So we're working on the left side. Now, if you notice, cotangent is on both the left and the right. So I'm going to keep cotangent as it is. However, secant to the fourth is not on the right side of the equal sign. So I'm going to see if I can change that. And if you look at the right, it's using tangent. So if I look under the identities, I want to see if tangent and secant have anything in common. They do. Now, while you can't move anything from the left to the right side of the equal sign on these given equations, you can on the identities because they've already been proven. So for instance, I'm going to write down the Pythagorean identity here, which is 1 plus tangent squared equals secant squared. So why am I doing that? Because if I look under what I have on the left, I don't have secant squared, I have secant to the fourth. So I know whatever I do to one side to get to the fourth, which is square it, I have to do to the other side. Now be very careful when you have an expression meaning anything with a plus or minus, because in this case, you're going to take the literal definition of an exponent and you're going to multiply 1 plus tangent squared by itself twice. And here, since there's only one term, you can just square it. A power to a power, you multiply, giving you secant to the fourth. So you're going to FOIL or distribute, and when you're done foiling or distributing, you should get 1 plus 2 tangent squared x plus tangent to the fourth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take cotangent, and now that I know what secant equals to, it equals to this entire expression, I'm going to replace secant with this entire expression. Make sure, again, anytime you're dealing with plus or minus any expression, you substitute it in parentheses. So from here, I'm going to, sorry, pen's acting up. I'm going to replace secant to the fourth with this entire expression. And then keep in mind, the general steps are you try to change everything to the same trig function, which in this case, I'm using the right side as my guide, so I'm changing it everything, all the trig functions to everything on the right to match. If step one doesn't work, meaning you can't change cotangent or secant into tangent, try changing everything in terms of sine and cosine. So technically, we've already done the trig step. We've changed everything to the same trig function we see on the right. And then from there, this is why every problem is going to be different. You use algebra. You do whatever it says algebraically. In this case, you would distribute the cotangent to each term in the parentheses. And you're going to simplify from there. But again, make sure you're using the right side as your guide. So, sorry, I gotta put this down here. So for instance, notice how the first term is cotangent. So is our first term. Leave that alone. But everything on the right after that is in terms of tangents. So for the rest of the terms, change everything in terms of tangent, meaning everything cotangent, change it in terms of tangent using the identities, and simplify from there. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Let me know if you have any questions.